Hello and welcome to today's video on building an emergency fund. In this video, we'll be discussing everything you need to know about emergency funds, including why they're important, how much you should save, and some tips for getting started. Financial emergencies can happen to anyone, at any time. Whether it's a sudden job loss, a medical emergency, or an unexpected home repair, having an emergency fund can be a lifesaver when you need it most. In this video, we'll help you understand what an emergency fund is and why it's important to have one. We'll also provide you with actionable tips on how to start building your own emergency fund so you can have peace of mind knowing you're financially prepared for any unexpected expenses that come your way. So grab a pen and paper, and let's get started on building your emergency fund. Part 1. What is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is money set aside for unexpected expenses or financial emergencies, such as a sudden job loss, a medical emergency, or a car repair. It's designed to provide a financial safety net and help you avoid going into debt or dipping into your long-term savings. Part 2. Why is an emergency fund important? Having an emergency fund can help you avoid financial stress and uncertainty in the face of unexpected expenses. Without one, you may have to resort to high-interest loans or credit cards to cover these expenses, which can lead to a cycle of debt that can be difficult to break. Part 3. How to build an emergency fund. Building an emergency fund may seem daunting, but it's essential to have one in place. Here are some steps you can take to start building your emergency fund. Step 1. Set a goal. Start by setting a savings goal for your emergency fund. Financial experts recommend having at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved up in your emergency fund. This amount may vary depending on your personal circumstances. Step 2. Create a budget. Creating a budget is an important part of building an emergency fund. By tracking your income and expenses, you can identify areas where you can cut back and allocate more money towards your emergency fund. Step 3. Automate your savings. One of the best ways to build an emergency fund is to automate your savings. Set up a direct deposit or automatic transfer from your checking account to your emergency fund each month. This way, you won't have to think about saving, it will happen automatically. Step 4. Cut back on expenses. To free up more money for your emergency fund, consider cutting back on expenses. This may mean eating out less, canceling subscriptions or memberships you don't use, or finding ways to save on utilities or transportation costs. Step 5. Consider a high-yield savings account. Another way to build your emergency fund is to open a high-yield savings account. These accounts typically offer higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts, which can help your money grow faster. Part 4. Conclusion. Building an emergency fund may take time and effort, but it's an essential part of financial planning. By following these steps and staying committed to your savings goals, you can build a solid financial safety net and protect yourself against unexpected expenses or emergencies. Thank you for watching, and we wish you the best of luck in building your emergency fund.